We are
Hey, folks.
live.
Welcome, folks. I'm John. He's Monty. He's CJ. I'm out here at the airport flying out to Jackson Hole because they're getting pounded out west with some snow. So it's just like a big wave surfer, I guess, Monty. When you hear they're getting snow, you got to go.
Wyoming's beautiful. I've been to Jackson Hole. It's a lot of fun, so enjoy it out there.
Thank you. Thank you. And it turns out you were right, too, Monty. I thought I did the whatever T-Fuel trade on Wednesday, on Tuesday, but it turns out you were right. We did it Wednesday. So it was just in one day, it was 60% rather than 2 days.
That's the magic of crypto. One day can feel like a week sometimes. So, but yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about Bitcoin. It's kind of dropping off a little bit. We hit some resistance at that all-time high and are retesting that support band. CJ, I know you shared an interesting article with me about from one of our favorite crypto authors, Tyler Durden. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and how that may be affecting price?
Zero Hedge, yes. So the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange is reportedly under CFTC investigation over US-based trading activity. And so Binance has a derivative platform where they sell derivatives, you can trade and buy, do all good stuff like that. But that is in their international platform. And those types of regulations are not legal for current US citizens. But Binance did something smart. They opened up a specific branch to specifically cater to US customers known as Binance US. And so because of that, and because of the fact that Binance actually does ban or block US IP addresses from entering their site, I don't know if the CFTC has that much of a case. I think they had much greater of a case when it came to going after BitMEX because there was legitimate money laundering going on. There was a legitimate lack of KYC and AML. This one with Binance, I think, is just more of a precautionary measure. But it does appear that the crypto market has dipped a bit on that news, as well as double topped at 58K after that recent announcement.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff, CJ. And we talked a lot about yesterday how it's going to take some significant momentum to break through that all-time high. So just a small piece of news like this, I mean, it's not that small. It's the world's largest exchange, but that was enough to quell momentum and kind of reject us at this level. So yeah, we're going to have to watch this going forward. Should be an interesting weekend. We talk a lot about how the order book volume on the weekends is pretty thin, creating a particularly volatile market even for crypto assets. So this weekend, we could get a break in either direction. I'm thinking a break to the bullish side. I think we'll catch support again here at 54K. And I think this weekend we could have the momentum unless we get any more negative news. But I think this could be the weekend where we break through to all-time highs. So exciting stuff.
Well, and I think part of the thing, Monty, is also that markets are a little nervous, not hugely so, but we went right back up and tested that 161 level for the 10-year. And so that was a big jump of 8 or 9 basis points. That's a big jump. And again, if we top out there and we just keep hitting it and coming back and hitting it and coming back, that's okay. But if we can trade through it, just like Bitcoin traded through 50 and then 55, that can become support. And that's kind of what I don't want to see from an equities trading standpoint. By the way, I had a great interview yesterday with Jimmy Song. So hats off to you, Jimmy. He was great, guys. Jimmy's a maximalist, of course, so I didn't torture him talking about a lot of the altcoins, but we had a really good discussion. And he's going to be posting that in, I think, about a week, maybe a little more. But that should be a great interview because Jimmy's a really good interviewer. I mean, and he asked a lot of, I think, interesting questions that people that are moving it from equities over to crypto probably have similar questions, and vice versa, people going from crypto to equities. So it was fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch that video, John. I think a lot of crypto traders are really starting to realize the value of bringing on these people with such great knowledge of traditional equities, because there really is so much overlap between crypto and the traditional equity market. And I think a lot of crypto traders are really realizing that we're kind of at the whim of the larger markets here. So I'm excited for that episode. Excited to hear what you and Jimmy had to say. Um, but yeah, CJ, I know you had a pretty interesting chart you shared with me before we started this episode, a historical chart. Um,
Speaking of being reliant on the equity market, it is the 1 year anniversary of the 40% Bitcoin crash overnight when we fell to 4K. And that was shortly after oil went negative. And so it was bound. There was a lot of fear in the market during those days. But to think that it's only been just a year and we've gone all the way from 4K to now nearly 60,000 is quite an accomplishment on Bitcoin's part. If you've been around that whole way and have managed to hold on, congratulations then, because it has been a pretty wild ride.
yeah, absolutely. It's hard to believe that just a year ago we were at 5K. And I mean, wish I had that time machine, that's for sure. But
Oh yeah,
how about we get into the doges of the day? I think it's about that time of the episode. And I
true.
think,
But I'm not going to be able to give you guys a Doge of the day just because of where I'm at.
yeah,
So I'll just say that I took a little profit on T Fuel, and I'm hodling the rest of those altcoins that I've talked about, and I'll let you guys take it from there.
okay, yeah. I mean, smart trade taking some profit here. I got the T Fuel chart up. I mean, it's just been absolutely parabolic in the last week. So anyone that followed you into that trade, I'm sure did pretty well. I just want to briefly talk about VGX, and I saw some questions in the live chat here about VGX. So I'll quickly get to this. And one thing that a lot of traders in our community pointed out was this sort of developing pattern on the 4-hour chart for VGX, this sort of compression pattern. So if you look here at this chart, you can see each time we went down to test resistance, we kind of, our test support, we bounced up and then went back up to that all-time high. But as we kind of come down here in recent weeks, we haven't been able to bounce up as much. And each time we've subsequently tested this support, we've gotten less and less of a bounce. This led myself and many other traders in our community to believe that a breakdown below $5.40 was looking imminent. And sure enough, on the most recent 4-hour candle, we got this strong breakdown to $5. I said last night I was looking to accumulate more VGX between $5 and $5.10. So I did actually just go ahead and purchase some right before we started this episode. It's kind of a riskier buy just because it's kind of catching a falling knife, but I do believe that the $5 level will provide significant support, not only psychologically, but also we got this new setup support from the TD Sequential 9. I think given the price action that VGX has seen in the last few months, and given all the developments with utility that we've seen, Steve Ehrlich rolling out their new interest rates for March, I think there's good reason to be fundamentally bullish on this asset. And I think $5 is a good price point if you're looking to get in. I've been waiting for this for a couple weeks since it's been so high, but I think I'm finally ready to pull the trigger and increase my VGX stack.
Yeah, VGX is an interesting one, and I hope to go over that much more in depth on Trade the Chain later today, because it had a weird run, like 5,000% in 2 months. Like, what has ever even done that aside from Bitcoin or anything? So there's a lot of people who are still up on their investment. There was a lot of bad longs that got into the market at $5-6 that are all getting capitulated out now. So we're gonna have to see how far this thing falls. But like Monty did say, it's very much like catching a falling knife off this 4-hour 9 on the TD sequential indicator. My doges of the day, or just one rather, very similar to Voyager token, is going to be Swissborg. This has got a very, very high sentiment score on the Trade the Chain dashboard, both in hourly sentiments and long term. And the thing that I'm very interested in is that it has a relative tweet volume that is up 96% and a daily sentiment momentum of plus 27%. Yet it has only gone up 1% this hour. and is down 7% on the day. So it looks like that sentiment is flipping price action. And like Voyager token, Swissborg has a lot of interesting things that benefits that allow you to have like benefits within the Swissborg ecosystem by holding their token, very similar to VGX and how you get those extra added benefits on the Voyager platform. So I'll be watching that one throughout the weekend.
I like that pick, CJ. I like that pick. It is in many ways very comparable to VGX. So, but I think that's about all we got for today. Any closing thoughts you want to leave our audience with?
I'd just tell them two things: that both CJ and Matt will be out in Las Vegas, October 1st and 2nd, and you get $400 off your ticket to our big investment conference at Aria if you sign up by midnight tonight. So you can save $400 if you sign up by midnight tonight. So I'd encourage all of you that are thinking, you know, I could ramp up my game in equities and in crypto. You could do both out there at the conference. So remember, October 1st and 2nd, you got to book it by tonight at midnight to save $400. Check it out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John. And have a great time in Jackson Hole. We will see you again on Monday. Thank you guys for watching.
See you then.
Take care.